Hello and welcome again back to our beautiful games from the brilliant young players. In the previous two videos, we saw the game of Bobby Fischer and Garry Kasparov. In this video, we will see the wonderful game of young Magnus Carlsen. This game Magnus played with white pieces. Game was played in 2003, so Magnus was 13 years old. He played against Hans Harstad in Norway. The game starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and Magnus played Ruy Lopez, bishop b5 move, a6, bishop a4, knight f6, castles, b5, bishop b3, and bishop e7, rook e1. This is the old theory, and black played the move d6. Instead of d6, black can also choose the move castling, which depends on what white will play, might lead to the martial attack. For example, in case of c3, then black can choose the move d5, which will be martial attack, very inspired opening for the young players for black. In this game, black choose immediately the move d6, and white plays c3 in order to fight for the center, defended by pawn, preparing move d4. Black castle, and Magnus played the move h3. h3 is also according to theory, in order to go d4 and not to allow pinning with bishop g4, which will be a little uncomfortable for white since this knight is defending the center. So h3 was played, knight a5, bishop c2, c5, and d4. This is all the moves according to the line in Ruy Lopez. Black played queen c7 and knight bd2. In this game, black played the move knight c6, which is possible, not really the main one. It's giving a chance for white to go this move d5, closing the center with tempo, which basically white can play later on, which is one of the moves which also former world champion Andelija Stojanovic liked to play for white, closing the center and then switch to side attack, because one of the main rules how to make side attack when castles are same side is to close the center. So after knight c6, Magnus played d5 with the tempo. Black moved knight back to d8. Not very lovely square for knight, but still this knight can later on try to improve by trying to place him on c5. a4, Magnus play, and rook a7. Knight f1, regrouping pieces towards the king's side to make attack on that flank. g6 and bishop h6, developing of the bishop with the tempo. Rook e8, and Magnus play knight g3. Knight d7 and knight h2. Knight h2 in order to place knight closer to king and to free the movement, perhaps with this f-pawn, to start attack towards the black king. f6, black played, and bishop backs to e3. Bishop backs to e3 because maybe white wants to put knight on h6 by knight g4, knight h6. Black play knight b6, pawn captures b5, pawn takes, bishop d3, bishop d7, defending the pawn, and queen d2. White is simply connecting the rooks. Knight f7, rook takes, queen takes, and move queen e2 now. Move queen e2 is attacking the pawn on b5, and also white is preparing, you will see after the few moves what was idea of this move, also queen a6, knight g4, and king g7. And moves bishop c1 was the also idea of move queen e2. Why bishop c1? What is the purpose of this move? Is that put queen in front of the bishop. To have battery like this, that after knight h6, in order to exchange the knight, the queen can come to h6 and help attacking the black king. Black play knight a4, Magnus play bishop c2, rook a8. Black is trying to make some counter attack on the queen side. White play queen e3, c4, and now we have move rook f1 that is supporting the move f4, and basically at this moment after rook f1 everything is properly set up for attack. Black play knight c5 and Magnus play knight h6. His opponent play knight g5, and move f4 even came here with the tempo. Pawn captures and queen captures f4. Basically, white has here queen, rook, 2 knights, and as well 2 bishops, so too many pieces around black king. So most possible that very soon some sacrifice can happen. Black grabbed this free pawn on h3 because white is not allowed to take due to double attack. And Magnus improve again the place of the queen, queen to h4, and now bishop is hanging. Black move bishop back to d7, and here in this moment, young Magnus find a wonderful combination to finish the game. I hope you can pause the video and try to think a little bit, and I'm asking you, what would you play here for white? There is plenty of different moves you can count and think about, a lot of checks, a lot of sacrifices, but the way Magnus finished the game is really brilliant. The only one piece which does not work that much in this moment is bishop on c2. So based on this bishop, this is the piece who helped a lot for the last checkmate. So Magnus start with the move e5, opening the bishop, and everything later on came by force. Basically, black has to take with d pawn because f pawn could just lose the piece. So black capture with d pawn, and here we have sacrifice one by another, and Magnus checkmate his opponent. Thanks for opening this diagonal, white square, white diagonal of white bishop. So very lovely mate. Magnus first sacrificed the knight, knight h5 check. His opponent captured the knight, and now we have much more brilliant sacrifice. What can be the most, what can be more brilliant than sacrifice of the queen? So Magnus captured queen takes g5 check. Black has to capture that queen, then it comes rook f7 check, and basically black is mate in the next move. In the game he captured the knight and received mate. Rook h7, the same mate would apply if black moved the king to h8, rook h7 mate. So very lovely and brilliant sacrifice of the Magnus when he was just 13 years old. I hope you like these 3 games and that you learned something from them. In addition, for this video, I will give you one puzzle. This would be the position for you. Last move of black was the move h6, and this was as well the game of Magnus Carlsen. In this game, he was just 11. So put yourself in Magnus' skin. So imagine you're Magnus Carlsen and you're 11 years old. What would you play here for white, and how would you finish this game? I hope you will enjoy this example, and you will of course solve it. And thank you for watching the video.